Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see, the Coyotes taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Coyotes offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They'd better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. He'll try to do it himself. Ball is free. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
First down for the offense. They'll test the right side. At the 20, he's got space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Vandy.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. And the Coyotes will bring the punt team onto the field. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He'll bring it back. It's Otis. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
With the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he takes it They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now this offense is back on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Coyotes headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Tight end getting vertical and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
Yeah, and obviously great play by the offense to keep the drive alive, and also a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. The aerial assault continues, using the quick game. And the Coyotes have a first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hainsworth. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. The Coyotes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball down.
All kinds of running room. The 30. Past the 10. Touchdown doors! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Snags it quickly on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Coyotes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The give to the tailback. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Unloads to the right. It's caught. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right, offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it, there's time, but
worry.
This is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pulls it in. It's Kemp. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Coyotes will punt it away on 4th down. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Let's go. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he's running in the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Vandy. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Louisiana Tech was far from the friendly confines of Ruston, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On second down, looking again to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Kemp. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. They go to the ground. Still running at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid, and you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Commodores! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Flowers. And the returner goes down. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Here's a quick throw out to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Give to the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. They'll run this play from the pistol. Holds and fires complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Running back searching for a hole. Into the spin cycle and forward. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown Doors! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Is good. Efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt.
Coyotes, 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Flowers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Now the play fake. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up what he can and then slides. And the Coyotes will send out the punt unit.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he did get nice yardage, so I'm curious to see what they do here on 4th.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. The give to the back. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll go to the ground. The Commodores have enough for the 1st down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Red pass hits complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the 1st half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score. Vanderbilt, 56.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Flowers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Movement here from the tight end. Hand off from the shotgun. He breaks a tackle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Coyotes line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Offense getting set for 1st down. Using his legs, it's Jamison. Makes one man miss. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Nashville as we say hello from our broadcast studios. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense set on 1st down.
And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
Bulls his way forward.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Commodores have this offense rolling. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Vandy. And the beatdown has ensued. I I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit room so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
I imagine he's going to get an earful.
The 11.
Line after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Wide out in motion. Trying play action. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And the pass is intercepted. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you just shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll leave it with him. Touchdown, Commodores! And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Boise State looked like a bunch of world beaters. I think a lot of people forget just how much this program dominated the WAC and Mountain West conferences, and they're a problem again. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Line getting set on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hainsworth. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Caught behind the line. It's Kemp. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job, man. You got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the 2nd half.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got rid of it just in time.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Here's the handoff. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown Doors! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. It's better do something about it.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Setting up the screen. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw for it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And the Coyotes decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. 1st down here for the offense. They'll give it to the back. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Heading to the end zone. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know.
Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And the stomping has commenced. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping 2 hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. The QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Trying to break the plane on 2nd and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Vandy! And the route is on.
Offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Coyotes, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Wilkerson. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
It's now 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Coyotes will try to pin them back with the punt. Oh, this is a bad, bad shank. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. The offense set for a 1st down play. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. The Commodores are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They won the game today.